of course, I take opportunity whenever it comes. I know we are struggling right here with some people having been a bit busy. I'm not on the channel anymore, but I hope that you'll get some time to do so. And we have to continue anyways. I have to show up every day regardless. So I appreciate a lot for those who've been watching. Thank you so much. May God bless you. So of course, with a lots of things going on today, there is something about Congrats Mom sharing her feelings about the final wedding that we saw and marriage choice for Congrats Mom. We've been seeing a lot of thoughts and opinions from other people. Let's say positive, or they call some others call them negative. Hey, I just want us to go through an analysis of the mother's reaction. Family, of course, very important for us to follow also on the family. Some people ask why we make content out of their content, but just like that. It's like when you're writing a book review, you write based on what you've watched, okay? And you will show your perspective on that. And if you think it's wrong and you're dropping a comment, respectively understand that I'm a different person and I may not think the same as you. And okay, it may be very difficult to actually change a politician in a UDA to actually follow the United Opposition view. You get it? So just like politically we have diverse opinions, so is it in the social media space. Of course, currently you're seeing the lady, is it Wangeshi, the lady who was actually stripped and taken video. There are people who think that that Dr. Opande was just right and he should just be left to go on with his things. And there are those who feel like he should be actually charged and stopped from practicing his medic because he did not act as a professional. So you realize that in the world we have divergent views. And I wish people understood that so that they stop believing that there's a way you can actually divert me to your opinion. Because when I do my videos, I'm not here to persuade somebody to take my perspective. I'm a different person, and my thought or line of thought is quite different. So, guys, back to Nyabohanse. Of course, we saw the mother giving her opinion about the marriage of the daughter, and of course, Marwa did content over that, trying to find out, and we are gathering some news over that. And what is our opinion of this? You know, we want to look at, is it genuine, is it authentic, is it even adding up, is it reasonable? That's what we do, right? So let's listen to Marwa sharing some things with the mother here after the search for the pigeons. Guys, how do you manage pigeons, for example? Yeah, I was looking at around on pigeons, and the major problem that Maro is having is actually making sure that the pigeons are clean, or rather keep his space clean. It is not very suitable for his, we are seeing that parking, the modern parking. The pigeons are actually gathering there and soiling the vehicles. I was just imagining if you have not covered a vehicle with the paper, what will happen? And even if you've covered now, it becomes a very dirty work for the workers right there. So I was looking at everything just to see, like, how do you manage the large flock of pigeons, for example, because pigeons, of course, they really give birth so fast, so fast. I think it's the second after the rabbits, right? Yeah, so I am checking on the fact of how to manage pigeons in a small space. That is my focus, because and avoid littering the compound. So let's see this. I'm looking at the details so that I just don't give my views right without research, okay? So of course, in my thought, I was of the perspective that the construction around the pigeons actually will matter, something that will not allow them to come out of their coop rather. Yeah, and maybe a kind of repeller device that would have avoid to allow them to go everywhere. Like if that area, the parking lot would have a bird repeller device, which can be bought, it can be acquired easily by Marwa. Then he places it around the parking and maybe the main villa, so that the restriction of the pigeons is around their coop. That would help, because when you look at the way it has soiled all over the place, especially the parking, it doesn't look good at all. Now remember, Marwa is coming up as a safaris person. He began with his video yesterday by saying that he is now a business person, a YouTuber, among other things, okay? So I would expect that if any guest calls immediately and wants to be picked, then he should be ready. He should be ready to actually take them wherever they are going, because some may not book earlier. So what is this that the parking place is such dirty? That means that even the vehicles can easily be dirty. Let's say the safaris, and no customer wants to take a ride in a vehicle that is soiled. Let's speak the truth. Some people like playing around, coiling around, hiding the truth just because they want to look good, and that is not me. So looking at the large flock of pigeons at Marwa, it is suitable that he just creates a system that would actually command the space. Having specific spaces, just like he has had to create space for horses, then he should actually create space for pigeons. He should create space for whatever. And I know that some of you maybe have a direct access to him. You can drop a comment in the comment section and maybe have him get it, because if you become a reactor, once you become a reactor and share some of these comments, people will be quickly running to delete them and they'll not make sense at all. But in my view, I don't believe it's right to let pigeons roam all over the places and put their droppings even on cars and all over the places. Okay. Something else is that we have to have barriers over the window ledges of the coop. Maybe they go through the windows and escape the coop and get to actually ruin the parking. So the most appropriate thing that Maro would have to do is to have their nesting sites or the coop having barriers over the windows. And some of the barriers can be, I've seen in the coast, a lot of people have wire meshes in their windows, because most times, even at night, I've seen the same at Garissa. You go to Garissa, you will see a lot of houses. They have, the nets, some kind of nets, which you buy from the shops, construction or building and construction shops. You will find such material, then place in the windows of the coops, and that will help a lot, so that we don't have those pigeons flying all over the places and messing everything. Maybe let me just show you what I saw here, and I believe if you have the same opinion, you would see what I'm talking about. It's so messy, and of course Maro himself testifies even in his video. Let's just check on this, how messy this place was. Now that God has opened ways. Here it is. I don't know, was it? Yeah, I think it's around here.
I think we need to do some. Please go watch my videos on Instagram. Very nice videos. I don't know what to do to chase. Wait, I thought I've just closed my phone. Okay, let me just actually close. This is dangerous because I can press buttons. I thought I did. at the gate. Sawa.
Now look at that. I want you to have a look at that spot. Actually, the vehicles have droppings.
Oh my
You see?
God, this is a mess.
You see?
My pigeons have made. Look, we need to wash them today. Kitiriba is here. Mose, fungulia Kitiriba. Mose.
Okay, I hope you saw that. You saw that. He testified how uncouth the entire parking space was turning into. Looking at one of the covered vehicles, there are droppings all over the place. The Safari's vehicle also had a lot of dirt all over the place. It doesn't look good, like for business purposes. It doesn't. Okay. Now he also came up to complain about pigeons that were being eaten all over the places. And I want us to get to this part. While moving around in the bush, he realizes that the pigeons are being devoured. Okay? They are being devoured by a lot of people. Not a lot of people, but animals he cannot define. Now, putting such barriers on the windows of the kitchen coop, not the kitchen coop, but the pigeon coop, helps not just to make the place clean, the other places that is, but it also helps to shelter pigeons from moving to spaces which will expose them to predators. I don't know. I'm just talking. Maybe somebody will say I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm giving my opinion because this is a reaction video towards what Marwa exposed to us. And when he gives us content, then we get time to also talk about the same. Now let's come here and see what is happening here. All right, see this.
Yes, serious. Something it has eaten.
Something like a squirrel?
Look here.
Yes.
Really a lot.
Most of them are being eaten. So do something. They are being eaten. So,
I have to confirm. I feel like maybe even it could be a cat.
yeah.
It could be.
Cats. You know, even cats are very bad.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, they feed them. So find out. Maybe it could be Kenya.
I don't know. We have to investigate. But I plan to put a trap on the food on top here and right where you see like some nice beef.
All right, a trap could be good. His suggestion of a trap could be good, but that could not be a permanent solution because predators will always change their course. So if you look at that wall, if it's a cat, for example, let's say that, or a monitor, whatever, or whatever it is, automatically it will get a way out of that because the fence, as you understand, it's a very broad. And again, we have crops around the area. So automatically, they would get another cause, one area to another. So you'll just be transferring the problem, or the trap will only pick the one that comes around. But then in other places, and again, they might be numerous, okay? So having numerous would attract them to get to different places. Hello, Fruit Money, how are you? I hope you're fine. As you show up on the channel, thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. The other day you talked about losses, and I hope the market changes. You know, I tried that money market, and it didn't just go well with me, and I had to relax. So I hope everything will be fine. So I looked at Marwa walking around the compound, complaining about the droppings, then coming around, complain about something eating the pigeons. I was like, I think you should stop being naive. It is some naivety because he's talking about a trap. A trap can only, like, why do we use rat traps? We use rat traps in houses because the space is limited, and therefore a rat would easily move around and get to the bait. But what about the open space like this? I'm wondering. I'm not so sure that you would use a trap in such a large space to actually arrest the predators that are going after your pigeons. In my opinion, the best way would be actually getting the part of, as I said, having the window barriers something like the nets. It is made of, some of them are made of wire mesh, and you place them on the windows around the pigeon coop. Then if you really want these pigeons to enjoy the lighting, it means that you have to change the setting of your coop. Something we did in agriculture, right? We studied in agriculture. When you build your coop, you would build a coop that will allow the heat, or rather the light, to penetrate, and also at some point allow the the cold or the coolness to get there, the shadow. And then you have the area for eggs and whatever it is. So that segmentation within the coop allows the safety of your coops, of your pigeons, and at the same time, it allows the cleanliness of your home. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe just because Marwa has a lot of followers, he doesn't care what he complains about on his channel. He complains about everything and nothing. Some things that he can sort them out if he listens. But I don't know. If he doesn't listen to the people around him, what about me? But I know that some of you are very close and you are actually clear advisories to him. He may be able to listen, but mine is just an opinion. It may help somebody else who is not actually Marwa himself. Mine is a reaction, a reaction towards that. Mr. Fruitmani says, I really dislike the mud house. A pigeon coop doesn't have to be mud. In fact, most of them are constructed with wood, and you can even make a decent structure made of bricks. But now you place soft stuff, especially where they are sleeping, where they're laying eggs, and where so many other activities are going on. But the important part here is that he should actually have the barriers on the windows so that those pigeons don't go all over the places. Then he comes around complaining that something is eating, and he concludes that it's just a cat. We have so many things that consume pigeons. So is the trap going to catch up with anything that is consuming it? Mr. Fruitmani says it should be moved to the kitchen garden side. Of course, that side is also better because it can easily be monitored. But apart from that, I believe he should be good to the workers. Most people say that he's good because he normally feeds them. I don't know whether food has turned into an incentive. When I was finishing Form 4, I used to teach a certain school, assisting, and they had promised me a salary of 2,000 Kenyan shillings, which is equal to, we can say, 2,000. If we calculate that into dollars, it's about $10, right? $10 or, yeah, $10 or maybe $15, okay? That was my salary. Unfortunately, after teaching for some time, that school, they stopped giving me money, and we could hear promises, but the principal would go around and leisure with the money once students have paid, or once CDF has given some to the school, because he thought maybe we, being the former student of the school, we should just sacrifice to make others succeed. But then I was wondering, we have to survive. So what am I saying? Food only cannot be a full incentive to whoever is working for you. Of course, the reason why many people go to Marwa's End to work there, they know that fame, they look at the villa, they see the big YouTuber and believe they'll grow. But Marwa does not want them to do YouTube anymore from there. He says they are greedy people, want to grow and become the next Marwas. They want to become the next Marwas in the least time possible, and it's creating a bad environment for him. Okay, he's right to have his opinion, why not? But then, what I was just looking at is that Marwa should be good to the workers, because again, when I have a big home, I have animals, I have birds, I have crops, I have so many activities, cooking. It is very impossible to manage that work as one person supervising all that. You need workers below, you need helpers, managers who can help, or supervisors. Then you are on the top as the director. So how I wish he could also be very good to the workers, so that these workers would assist him to manage pigeons. One can be in charge of pigeons, or rather birds in general. Then another one can be in charge of horses as the supervisor with some other workers under. If we have 6 horses, then we should have 6 workers, with one of them being the manager of overall. Then we have others in terms of in charge of the farm, including the garden plus farm. Then we have the ones in charge of the food. That's my opinion though. For him, I don't know what he thinks, because I keep seeing him saying he treats workers well, they eat chapatis, they eat masodas, or is it drinking masodas? So he says that is enough, and some of them, once they leave, they'll never have such privileges. As a serious farmer, I wouldn't count food as a privilege to any of my worker. Food is just a basic, and anywhere we're working, we are supposed to eat, and eat well, you know. So let's come and check on something else, because I was curious to get this opinion from Congrats Mom. Congrats Mom actually came up to share the opinion. Of course, the other day she shared her opinion on David Jr.'s channel. Now the brother has repeated the same and had to make sure that he makes the entire video look like it was talking about marriage. Wax, hello, welcome here. So I want us to look at the mother's opinion about the marriage, and what is your thought? As we check on this, we are trying to see the perspective you hold of what Marwa was sharing with the mother.
Because like now, it was really making noise.
So, Mom,
Yes.
you know, sister,
Yes.
she's a married woman already.
Yeah, I want to thank God because
Yes.
I want to thank God for the steps that DEE took.
Yes.
Because it's very, very important to have a family.
Okay.
And I've been always advising her
Yes.
and praying for her that
Yes.
she may have a family. Now that God has opened ways and means,
Yes.
we can, if she'll be watching this video, we want to wish her all the best.
Yes.
We want to tell her to respect her husband
And honor.
and honor all the time. She should support the
She
husband.
should
because
honor,
that is
support
what
the husband, and respect.
Respect and love and honor your husband. You live long.
Respect.
And should always be blessed. The husband is to love and protect and ensure that the family grows well. So they have to work hand in hand. They should stay together, working all the time, advising one another. That is what it means by marriage, bringing up a family. That is what it means by marriage. So I'm so pleased to hear, and even I saw
The video
the video
on YouTube.
on YouTube. I was so happy. I keep on praying.
Her family also looks very nice
Yeah, her family also. We are very grateful
to have such a family.
for.
All right, guys. Marwa and Congrats Mom were sharing moments just to give us what a marriage means. And did you hear what Congrats Mom said? Advice from an African mother. Respect, honor, love, and support your husband. I hope, D, you got that. You are supposed to support, love, honor, and respect Piotr. On the other hand, Piotr has only two aspects to do: love and support the wife. He should not respect, he should not honor. So I wanted to go and check honor, because it took my interest, you know? Like honor, guys, what is to honor? To honor, hey, Fruitman is saying it goes two ways. For some of us who have been in marriage, you understand it goes two ways. If somebody is not honoring or respecting you, you cannot propagate the same towards them. Even at work, leave alone marriage, even at work, even parents. If your parent does not respect or love and honor you, you can't do it. But you see, Congrats Mom has told the daughter, please, my daughter, I brought you up well. So make sure when you are in Poland, show support, show love, show honor, show respect to Piotr. Let my son-in-law not complain about the four. And my son-in-law Piotr, love and support my daughter. That is all. I don't want to hear a situation where you are not doing that. And I was like, hey, a heavy baggage has been placed on the daughter. Hey, Dimango, honor is to lead global provide. Hey, what is this? I'm looking for the meaning of honor in English. Honor is to esteem and treat another with respect. Oh, so they are related, right? They are just related, like esteeming and treating another with respect. So honor comes with respect and treating another with esteem, right? And then loving is to actually cherish or have passion towards. And then we have support, which is to back up or give a hand to, okay? Hey, so they said, Congrats mom said she has all along been praying that the daughter gets a husband because family is important. Okay, I'm trying to reserve my comments, but it makes me think that I should talk about ROCIO and Machete Man. Machete Man, who is Congrats dad, he is our elder, we respect him. But now, guys, I was like, is Congrats mom trying to express what she missed out? Like, has she gotten the support and order? Oh my God, hey, stop. Who is making me sneeze? Is it what I'm talking about? Is it Congrats mom? Is it Marwa? Is it or is it Piotr? Hey, let it go because I have to talk about this. This is a very important thing that is affecting our lives. Sometimes, actually in life, we try to say we are loving and honoring. I don't want to talk about myself as a person, but I can assure you, in life sometimes we try so much to honor and respect. You get maybe your husband is not working, you try so much, even whatever you are acquiring, to include them, maybe in terms of the name or something. But then, after tolerating for so long, when they get a space where they can now earn or acquire, what they do is to disregard and, talk give you some statements that are not very encouraging. So, I don't know. I'm just putting it here so that one day when I start to share my documentary, people know that I talked about it in a fleeting moment. Dimango keeps saying that most of us don't share our dark sides. We have our dark sides, of course. And when we share some of them, we are trying to show them through what we say, and people don't get it. So what am I saying? Actually, telling your daughter to support your husband or whatever is important. But let me tell you, if you support an ass, I'm sorry to use that word, you will regret in life for doing so. If you regret somebody who actually appreciates all the moments, even when you have small messes or mishaps, it is okay. But if you support someone who is an ass, I'm telling you, you will really know what it means to be given kicks. And I don't think I'm talking about this alone. Even men, if you are supporting a woman, make sure this person is someone who will remember and honor and also continuously appreciate what you did, even when you have messes, because human beings don't lack messes. At some point, after staying together for long, you will have some messes here and there. But then, if someone can see the respect, the honor, and support you gave, and actually see that over the little mishaps, the better. But we have people who can actually shame you and disgrace you, embarrass you, just because they have got an opportunity to rise. To rise. You get it? Yeah. Hi. Mr. Fruitsman is saying it's difficult to recognize an ass when they are down because they are so humble. And that is why I'm saying it is very difficult. It's very challenging for you to decide to fully, okay, as you are supporting, support, but your ears and eyes should be open. You should also get your own enterprises. Somebody advised me, I think I've seen that on the wise advice. It is always good to actually put together, maybe partner in 40% or 30%. Partner with someone and support them 30%. Put yourself at 60%. 60%, invest in yourself, support yourself, grow yourself. Then 10% can be supporting them. That is what I think. Maybe people should drop comments and share out what they believe here. But as you can hear from Congrats mom, what she wishes is that the daughter should support, love, honor, respect Piotr. And Piotr's role will only be to love and, love and support. Now, I was looking at Marwa, and Marwa was strongly supporting what Congrats Mom was saying and indicating that she's very lucky to get the family she got. I was like, what is the gauging? What is the gauge? Is it because maybe we saw the sister-in-law coming to cook with her the other day in a video? Is it because maybe they were all there for the wedding? Is it because they have been living with her in the family? And of course, Dimongo has not exposed any dark side yet, which I don't know whether she has been authentic, because she keeps saying that she's always authentic. She shows all the parts, dark and light. I'm like, since she dropped there in November up to January, you mean there has been no side which is low? Like, there's no day that has been dark in their life. Anyway, let's spare that, because maybe one day she will be showing if she chooses to, or Piotr will be showing if he chooses to. But anyway, it is what it is. So let's proceed and hear more from Marwa, because Marwa is like, my sister is so lucky to get that family. I'm like, are you regretting to have your own family? Are you trying to regret about the family you married into, that is ROCIO's? Anyway, let's listen a bit then before we come to ROCIO's journey, because she's enjoying her traveling.
The family was
Moses, time to
how will you get
ruka tuone.
Moses utarudi.
See the birds, guys. You stepped on the water, are you okay?
Oh my God, I just thought that they were coming up with more details, only for me to realize that I had been scammed. So little was shared about that marriage. Anyway, let's get to ROCIO. She has traveled 12, she told us how many meters away, or kilometers, or is it miles, for Maisha. So I was curious. She traveled 5 hours for Maisha. I think to make Maisha, is it to make Maisha enjoy, or what is it for? So of course she's come from Argentina. She's traveling 5 hours to give Maisha fun. I'm like, is Maisha really the reason for traveling, or she's traveling for her content? But anyway, let's flow with the vibes and see how much engagement she's having. Of course, having a lot of fun. I ran to the comments as always, and one people was like, hey ROCIO, I like how you are really going strong. How I wish your man would be strong as this. I was like, people with wishes. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. So let's get to see. She was here telling us that she's going somewhere. I don't know where to.
Yeah, I'm heading to Retiro. That's the bus station in Buenos Aires, capital, like the center of Buenos Aires, the main area, Buenos Aires city. Honestly, I didn't want to travel. Like, when I thought about traveling, if you ask me about traveling, it's like, I don't even want to plan any travel right now. Maybe next month or the other month, but this month I wasn't planning to be traveling at all. And now I found myself here in a bus again. But it's going to be quick. I'm going to stay one night there, and then we travel back tomorrow, so we can rest. I could travel today also, way back, but I just feel it's not necessary. I can just rest properly, sleep correctly, and then...
All right, so ROCIO was trying to exhibit the fact that she's really had a lot of hard time. Of course, we understand possibly from the villa. When she arrived in Argentina with her family after coming through Europe, she told us that she needs time to heal, to actually put herself together and just forget about everything, then start afresh. And we didn't expect her to travel soon, but probably it seems there is something for Maisha. Mr. Fruitmani tells me here Maisha went for an audition to become a brand ambassador for something. All right, that's good. It's so good. Actually, putting the kids in the limelight, sometimes people don't like it, but sometimes I say, if you have opportunity out there, you will never know. Maybe people will like the face of your child or whatever they do, how they speak, how they dance, how they speak, and they would want to make them an ambassador. Unfortunately, we have parents who are still conservatives in their mind, and they keep saying, I won't expose my child to social media, I won't put my child on the limelight. But it has its advantages, as far as it has some disadvantages, I would say, especially in the current era where everything is being led by social media. How many people are acquiring jobs, online jobs, particularly from social media? How many people are getting support from YouTube or maybe Facebook or whatever, just because of social media? I can count even some Kenyans who've done that. A lot of Kenyans actually are doing so. And you would be surprised. Some of the kids don't even require parents to pay school fees for them. They don't need their parents to buy clothes for them or even to take them out. They can do it on their own. But unfortunately, there are parents who are conservatives, and they keep thinking, I have to push my child on academics. Yeah, it's okay that you have to make sure your child performs, but you may be pushing them on the other end when their luck is elsewhere. There is luck and there is hard work. And I always say it's better you have luck and luck academics. I don't say that you don't have to go to school, but people who are lucky, they make it in life more than those who are working hard through school. School alone doesn't give you the best of lives. I can say, I testify that, because some of us worked so hard through day schools. We really had to push it and get the best grades, but then we end up in a position that we don't like, spaces we don't like, kind of jobs that are nasty every day. Our experiences that we share cannot even motivate anybody, or even ourselves. We don't feel it, okay? So to speak frankly, and I'm speaking this out of my heart, that it's always good sometimes to give your children this leeway. Don't deny them education, but at the same time, give them another opportunity. That other opportunity might be their star. All right. So Maisha, as young as 1 year, may be qualified to become a brand ambassador. Do you imagine what that means? It means a lot. So this child, before they acquire 4 years, 4 years is the age for most schooling children. Can you imagine how far he will be? Good luck for you, baby Maisha. We hope the best for you. Of course, your father said that you might become the president of Argentina one day, and maybe you should recall him. That's what he said. And I believe that was one of the blessings. He didn't know he was sending you away. So we saw that ROCIO was actually traveling 5 hours. She gave the name. I can't actually hold the name, but I know that she's traveling very far for Maisha. And of course, as hinted for an audition. Thank you. I didn't know about that part. I've just got it from Mr. Fruitmani. He's so informed. He gets this information every day. Unlike some of us, we have to go researching before we get it. So, ROCIO is actually coming handy for that son. Some people may say he's using the son for whatever, but do you know what it means to carry 9 months pregnancy and then deliver? What happens in the labor ward and all that? So why not? If that child is yours, why not? And if you have decided to take the consent, that's why when kids are young, the parents have the consent to allow them online or in the virtual space or not. So even as your babies also and use them if you think it's easy, okay? Let me talk like Dimwango or these other people, but I don't mean any harm. What I'm simply saying is that yeah, our children can also be part of our jewelry, and once they are born, experience life. How I wish I had such an opportunity to actually experience life from such a perspective, but we can't all be in one space. So let's check at ROCIO right here.
I don't lose also too much of my schedule or my time. My body still adapting to the new time. We had a lot of changes from Kenyan time to Madrid Kenyan time. It's a lot, and my body's just confused. So even my age is confused. He's sleeping very late. Last night I couldn't make him sleep till midnight, and I wake up at 5 a.m. So yeah, it was quite difficult. We are still accommodating each other, ourselves, not each other.
ourselves. He's a boy. What? Myself. I didn't want to walk a lot because it's very hot outside. So, nice coffee. I came in. I'm gonna have some food. I'm having some tuna wrap. My son wants to say hello. Sí. Okay. Bon appetit for us. Se va a caer juguito. So we are here back at the hotel. This is what I wanted to show you. See, they have lots of stuff that the Argentinians here use. All of these are for the horses here. But I was like 20 minutes walking, not so far. Look at these very beautiful trees, huge, massive. I love it, very nice. I think this museum is for free. We're gonna take a look and see what's going on there. Pumpkin salad. Aisha. Bueno, ok, te puedes comer eso. Te convido. You can eat. Come. Te voy a comer.
Well, guys, I heard Karoti complaining that their Kenyan baby is being transformed into an Argentinian speaking Spanish. On where the child grows. If a child grows in Argentina, they'll automatically speak more Spanish than English. Maybe English will just be used because the mother knows that her niche is actually a mixture of English and other parts. But does Marwa really care about that? If he cared, he would have made sure that the son would not leave the villa. And so many people are still trusting that ROCIO will be back. I don't know. Up to now, the script is reading differently for me. And as far as more opportunities are coming for ROCIO and Maisha in terms of ambassadors, brand, whatever, I find it difficult to convince myself that they'll be coming back to Kenya. You know, if you get to stay with somebody that 70% is disgusting, look around the food, look around their hygiene, look around their choices, look around their tastes, look around their culture, I think you would rather opt out and get to see what you prefer, you know, at whatever age it is. I think so. That's my opinion. Maybe you can think about, you know, some people keep preaching about family, but what is family without happiness? You know, some people will be very critical about it, and you are allowed to do so. Drop your comments if you have a different opinion, because this is a world full of diverse opinions. So, you know, during our age, in this era, it's very different. It slaps different. Our mothers used to stand it because of kids. They would say, I have kids, so where do I go? But in our era, sometimes you just sit and reflect upon yourself and say, okay, if I die today, would the kids not grow up? They would, right? And if they would, what then? What would the other reason? If the reason that is keeping you in your marriage is just children, I think I should call it by BS, but I'm just avoiding to say the name. But if other things, opportunities like a job emerges, a better job, and somebody stops you, says if you go, then it's quits. But you have suffered through the current job maybe. Or if you are seeing some opportunities ahead, and somebody tells you if you go to politics or if you go to this, then it's quits. What is your choice? Maybe you should drop a comment so that I understand what all this is all about. So according to Concrat's mom, family is important, marriage is important than anything, than even traveling. So if Piotr tells Concrat, not Concrat, but Dimwango stop traveling, she should, just because he should honor, love, respect, and support in his opinions. I think that advice has a gap, you know, it has a gap. But anyway, we heard Piotr saying he shares a lot with Dimango, right? They share their lifestyle, opinions, desires, hobbies. So possibly for them it will not be an issue. But what about Rocio and Marwa? It turns out that the two were traveling on a different, plane. One was heading to south, another to east. So can they get to the same destination? And so we've seen still some people are holding on, telling them to make their family stronger. I'm like, seriously? But anyway, time tells. Let's keep waiting for time and see whether the healing process will bring them back or whether it is done and dusted. Because Rocio Cabrera has finally had a cold shoulder, very cold shoulder on Kenya. And she's trying to say she's adjusting life. And because of the meridian difference of Madrid and Kenya and currently Argentina, she wants to just sit and relax and make her body used to Argentina. So nothing more, nothing less. All right, I have really appreciate those who came handy. There was Wax, there was Mr. Fruit Money, and there are others. There are others right there. Thank you so much for showing up on my channel. Keep watching. And I'm keeping on live streams to just acquire those people who will keep watching me. Then I'll go back to videos, because sometimes you post a video, it takes a lot of time before you can even get 50 people watching it. Even though lives have very little earnings. Thank you. Have a good day too. So live streams have very low earnings, but I'm still sticking to it just to get back my people who used to watch, because the break of December, it happened to affect my channel a little bit, and people went down. I hope they'll be coming back. Thank you. Adios.